It's time. It's Thursday. It's Korner Booth Pregame.
You ready? No debate, cause it's all. I'm too official, got the drip, I got the sauce. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth, yeah. Still standing and defiant, slay the competition cause I'm walking like a giant. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth, corner booth.
I see might as well. Kate, I feel like I have not officially said this. I've tiptoed around it. Kate, will you marry me?
Do I have to answer now? Or?
No, you have time. You can think about it. You can think about a way to say no without hurting my feelings if you want.
Oh
Lovely. I'll send you a letter.
Just don't even.
Right, cool. Thank you. Shit. I'll send you my address later so you can send it to my house.
Yeah, I'm never giving you my address. I don't want you getting that close.
Oh, I know.
That intro never gets old. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to season freaking 8 of the Korner Booth podcast and the Korner Booth Pregame. This is episode 11, the AJ Brown episode. I was wondering, Jerry, what AJ Brown? I don't know, because I just got an AJ Brown jersey in the mail. Technically, it's a nameplate on a Wentz jersey that my very handy family ripped off, and now I actually have an actual Wentz AJ Brown jersey. What up, bestie? Welcome back. And of course, in ceremonial fashion, Ghost is trying to take out a garbage bag. So, ladies and gentlemen, cheers and happy season 8. Some big guests coming down the pipe, big shows. We got some guests coming in tonight. Some surprise guests we're not talking about. By the way, Tuesday is our college football show. It's finally here. We're gonna talk about it. It's exciting. I love it. I even set it up so like it looks more homely, right? I got the Whiskey Myers poster, the dartboard's back there, an Eagles sign. Oh, and that's an Entourage poster for those who don't know. So there you go. I'm loving it.
Here we go. I was about to say for bat from over in this field, I thought that was like a Band of Brothers poster for a hot second.
Yeah, right? Oh my God, I'm excited. Oh, so I'm also, by the way, folks, I am going on vacation in about a week and a half, and I will be recording from there.
From the vineyard.
From the vineyard, man. Literally the best place to record. Matt,
Nice.
we still live stream for Pat's wedding.
I don't think he's going to be up for that. But, no, there's no but. He's not going to be up for that.
Yeah. Live tweet? No. Jared, no. He's not going to be happy about that.
I don't even think we're going to even be in any sort of state of mind to record anything live at that place.
No. Hell no. Because,
his family's going to feed us all whiskey.
Oh, no. I was at the, what's it called party? The stag party. And I basically had to somehow, I actually double tipped my driver. It was an $8 ride. I gave her $10 in tips because I kept tipping her by mistake because I was so inebriated. It was one of those nights. Bottoms up, motherfuckers.
I was going to say she probably saved your name down so she knows, like, if she ever sees you pop up for a ride, she's like, I'm fucking taking this guy.
At a certain time of night, yeah, right? I was like, oh, my God.
Like
I was so busy trying to set up the new studio because I got out of work late. I was in the shop, right? I got to give them first shout out to my local garage. That would be Willie's Auto Body here in Southbury. Oh my God. These guys not only took my car in on a couple days notice, they ordered and got my tires same day once they figured out it wasn't a wheel bearing, replaced my tires, got them mounted, disposed of my old ones, and then threw $45 off, even though my coupon was not for that. And then also repaired my side panel, my window control, which has been broken. If you know, my car has been broken since the creation of time. So I'm in a very happy state right now. And had to give a quick shout out because they're great people. You know who's not a great person? Listen, I don't care what Jason Cooper comes on the show and says. Listen, he made some very good points. The NFL didn't do a very good job of, attacking this case. It's Deshaun Watson. It came down this morning. He is getting 11 games and an NFL record $5 million fine. Holy shit. Like, I'm trying to curse less in season 8. I feel like we've matured enough as a show. But what the hell? $5 million. Okay. That's huge. I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm just saying I've never seen the NFL grow a pair of balls to cover up their own ass like that before. This is incredible.
I'd still even argue that it's not even enough of a suspension. At least, I mean, $5 million is a hefty fine. That's plenty. But I would argue that you just still think about this. Like no matter, like you said, no matter what our colleagues or anybody say, you still had 30 plus people come forward. The possibility that all 30 something people are lying is just to me, it's insane. We saw the numbers. Him, 60 something different massages in a couple months.
64, I think.
Like, who needs that many massages? Like, I was seeing a masseuse for a little bit, and they told me that you only need to go once every 4 to 6 weeks or so. How are you getting 60? I know I'm not an athlete, but you don't need 60 something in 2 months. So regardless of the whole thing, it's just at the end of the day, you got Calvin Ridley, who bet on FanDuel. Pretty much
still irritates the hell out of me to no end.
Pretty much pulled a Pete Rose, just bet on his own team to win. It's not like he bet against them, regardless, not trying to justify it or anything like that. But he's serving a 17-game suspension, including playoffs, if they even were to make it that far, which they're obviously not. But then you get Deshaun Watson, who could return by week 13 because I think they have a week 12 bye or something. So it's absolutely, or they just have a buy in general, but it's just absolutely insane that somebody could place a $1,000 bet and miss out on 17 games of the season in playoffs. And this guy's getting 11. He has 30 something plus cases of sexual assault that were on him at one point in time. It's just insane to me. Maybe the 5 million makes up for it, but I think games wise, it's too little.
What cracks me up the most about this is that I don't understand what more they have to do. You know what the problem is? Everything going forward with this case, like we said when Jason and our boy Jabberjaw on the show, shout out to them both. They said it both pretty eloquently. Why everyone is apprehensive about talking about this case, making a decision about this case, is not because Deshaun Watson's a giant piece of shit. It's because everything about this case from the start has been so foggy and sketchy. Nobody wants to say the wrong thing. Nobody wants to come out with a strong opinion because they don't want to get caught with their pants down if it swings the other way, which it could. We don't know.
Yeah. He's, some things just don't always, some of his statements just, one part, it just seems a little interesting, and then all of a sudden he's maintaining his innocence, and I just feel like he's just kind of toggling back and forth. I don't know. Nevertheless, it's just, I don't know. It's just a weird situation, like you said. It's tough to talk about. You don't want to say the right thing or the wrong thing or anything like that. But I don't know. At the end of the day, I still think 11 games is too little. I mean, they hit it on the head with the fine, but I think he should have missed the first year minimum.
I just realized our brand has been Kevin's for the last hour, and I'm a little annoyed about it. That's better. I love Kevin to death, but bro, that ain't my background.
Oh, I thought you were just trying something new for a minute.
Mm-mm.
This feels better.
That feels like home. Love Kev to death, man, but yeah, that ain't gonna fly. Oh my god.
Yeah, Deshaun was hearing it too in the preseason. He was.
Shout out to those fans, man. Just
shout out to the Jaguar fans.
Duval. They were chanting, "You sick fuck, you sick fuck," and I was laughing hysterically. Oh my god, that was perfect. It was. Also, can we also talk about the fact that Jaguars are not? The Jaguars don't seem like the biggest meme in the NFL to me anymore. Can we talk about it? Let's just talk about some preseason shit quick. Because I'm sitting here, I'm reading the notes, and there's a lot of stuff to talk about. But we have not talked a lot about college football. I mean, not college football. What's happened in preseason a lot. We talked a lot about Hard Knocks last week. And honestly, we may just start talking about that over TikToks. Mm-hmm. Because, one, I didn't have a chance to watch it yet. I'm watching it tonight after the show's over. Mm-hmm. And the other thing is that as much as I love talking about it live reaction, it's so much funnier talking about it over TikTok because it's a great video content. Mm-hmm. So, all right. So right now, we never talked about Tatis's suspension because on Tuesday, my freaking internet goes out. I got it back Wednesday at midnight.
I'll admit I fell trapped to a spoof quote from his dad, which I thought was legit, and I was dying. It said, pretty much, he said his son thought that he was not taking a steroid, but his thumb was covering part of the medication label, so he didn't realize he was taking a steroid because he had his finger on the medication thing. And I was like, there's no fucking way that's real. I was crying, and then somebody was like, nah, bro, like you read it too quick. So it was fake, but it was hilarious.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
So
you know what the worst part is about the whole Tatis thing is, like, we were spoon fed that this guy was the future of baseball. And now I'm just like, this is such a MLB thing to fuck up.
Well,
it's
if you
like,
think, yeah, sorry.
It's like, I love Tatis. Like, I think he's entertaining as shit. He's a rival team of my favorite team. By the way, one shot to Zach Gallen, 12 strikeouts, Diamondbacks won 5-0.
I mean,
also, I'm never betting on the Diamondbacks ever again. I'm cursed.
That's okay. I did a couple bets where I was like, you know what? I just feel like Aaron Judge and Anthony Rizzo are going to hit home runs in the same game. And 3 straight games of $10 parlays. I hit on one of them, so I just
parlays
stopped.
are literally just a lame duck excuse. I'm only betting money lines from now on. That is all I should do.
So
because
yeah,
that's all I should do.
Yeah, sometimes I'll do like a 5-leg money line parlay, just see what happens. You get the right score. Just sucks because, you know, baseball is just so unpredictable. But so I'm looking at this Tatis thing. It seems like once he got paid, like he's in his second year of a 14-year deal. I'm pretty sure last year he had a lot of injuries, right?
Yes.
This year he's positive for clostebol, which is a performance-enhancing substance that violates the MLB's Joint Drug Prevention Treatment Program. One, you just signed a 14 fucking year deal. Why are you not checking to make sure this medication is on the approval list? Like, this just seems like the easiest thing to do is just to check to see if you can take this, and he didn't even do it. He just popped the pill and just hope for the best.
The biggest thing I don't understand is it really just comes down to the fact that, like, you know you're going to get busted if you do something stupid. Why do you just not, like, say, hey, I'm going to hold off here because my entire career might be hosed if I get busted. He had the chance to be the MLB's golden boy. Like, he plays for a mid to major market team. He doesn't play for a hated team. I can't think of anybody besides like a Dodgers fan who hates the Padres. I really can't.
I mean, speaking even further into your point, if there was no Shohei Ohtani in MLB, Tatis would be the face of everything. Especially after the last couple of years that he just had. If there was no Shohei Ohtani, everybody would be talking about Fernando Tatis. But it's like you said, it's a simple fact. Like, why didn't you just speak up? You obviously didn't know, so why didn't you ask? And now you got, like, you're 20. He's probably like 23, 24. He's already got an 80-game suspension. He's ineligible for playoffs. He's going to miss the beginning of next year as well. He's like 23, 24. What happens if he's 28 and 29? He has another stint with this. He's going to get a longer suspension. And if he does it again, he's going to be out for his fucking career.
What really scares me about this whole Tatis thing, right, is that it really is just kind of just shows it's just par for the course of baseball. Tatis is like yelled at because he's not good because he does too many bad flips or hits the wrong time for home runs, or he's too showy. He plays the game with too much energy. It's like there needs to be less Madison Bumgarners and more Fernando Tatis Jr.'s and more Shohei Ohtanis. I hate that Madison Bumgarner plays for my team. I didn't mind him too bad, and then he did the whole thing with he barking at the guy who the rookie who hit a home run off. I'm like, bro, F off. You are the reason the Diamondbacks are not like only 4 or 5 games out because you lose us a game every 5 days because you're fucking terrible.
Yeah, and less of those pitchers that make big fucking deals where they're like, oh, we're down 7-2 in the 8th, and this guy just hit a 2-run home run. It was unspoken rule. I'm like, bro, fuck your unspoken rule. I was like, you think this guy gets up to the plate and is like, all right, I'm going to do everything I can to fucking hit this home run. He probably sees the pitch and just swings. Like, you have like a under 2 or 3 second like time frame.
It's
to like
1 point something seconds at 90 plus miles an hour.
You have less than 2 seconds to decide if you want to swing at a pitch or not. Do you think somebody's going to see the release and is going to think in 1.5 seconds, oh, perfect pitch to hit a home run, let me fuck this guy's day up? No, they're going to just see the pitch and just swing the bat.
let me go after him and just be like, oh yeah, let's get after it. Let's do this. Let's,
It's not like it's slow pitch softball where you can actually think about it for like a couple seconds. Like you got to just fucking act.
Wait, you think about this?
What? Yeah. And slow pitch, I got time. They just lob it, and I'm like, it looks like it's gonna go inside a little bit. Let me take the pitch.
Yeah, I am just like so blown away with how this whole thing goes. I really think when it comes all down to it, just baseball's really got to hope at like a couple of these new superstars. Like they really got to hope like these dudes like all these dudes in the draft, right? Like Jackson Holiday and Drew Jones. Like, hey, listen, my Diamondbacks had another rookie debut last night and today. Stone, I think his name's Stone Scott or something like that. It's just like the most badass baseball name of all time. And the dude is yoked. His first hit, Matt, was off just short of the wall in Triples Alley in San Francisco. He absolutely slammed it. Stone Garrett. Jacked outfielder, right? Dude's just, and he has like a slap swing, like a power hitter slap swing, like McGuire. It is the coolest thing to watch. I'll send you the message afterward. It is the craziest swing to watch, and I'm like, dude, this is awesome. Like, I fucking love this. And like, baseball needs more things like that going forward because it's like, as much as I love all these power pitchers and shit, it's like every team needs one or two good star players, or three. It's just like make it like when I was a kid, man. There was a baseball book about all the superstars all over the league. And I remember every team in the book had like 3 or 4 stars. I was like, this is great. There's so many good players. Like it's like, oh, okay, I'm playing Seattle this week. I get Julio Rodriguez and Jesse Winkler and the rest of them boys. I think, and Robbie Ray, right? I play Arizona. Okay, it's Ketel Marte. And then, wow. I get San Diego. I get Tatis. I get Soto. I get Machado. I think Jock Peterson's on the Padres too at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then it's like, and then you go to LA, you get Bellinger, Betts, and fucking Max Muncy. It's like
they don't have Darvish anymore. I don't think in San Diego.
No,
but I know they have
Darvish
Musgrove.
Darvish is in San Diego, I think.
Is he in Chicago or is he in San Diego still?
San Diego or something. Darvish is so quiet.
He moves around, but he's good wherever he goes.
Yeah, don't remind me about that because he made 2017 playoffs. We were rallying. We won a game, and then he just put us away. Yeah, no, it's nuts, man. It's absolutely nuts. Like how I think baseball's going back. Like I hate saying this to you, buddy, but I like the fact that the Yankees didn't get Soto made me so happy because it's like great. Now you guys still keep your core of Judge, Stanton, and I don't know who's the third best hitter in your team. Is it Torres? Is it Donaldson? I don't know.
It's probably right now. It would be Rizzo.
Rizzo. I can't believe I forgot Rizzo. But it's like there's a balance to it. And everyone discounts the Dodgers, Yankees because they have such big payrolls. But the Astros, it's Yordan Alvarez, it's Alex Bregman, it's what's the other kid? They have that other
Altuve.
Altuve. They have the three
Michael
main
Brantley too.
They have 3 main guys, a couple sub guys. But even like the small market teams like Cleveland have like a marquee superstar or so, and it makes it fun. That's my favorite part about the league how it's going right now. So I don't know. We've been rambling so much about Tatis. I think it's honestly time to talk about something actually more fun. Because by the way, for the rest of the season, folks, this will be our time for good. Like 7:00 on Thursdays. This gives our guests a little more time to get their day going. I realize post-pandemic 6:30 is kind of stupid.
Before we move on, did you hear the story of how Tony La Russa is letting the fans make his managerial decisions?
I did not.
So we all know how Tony La Russa is. Just he's burnt out. Like the man is a legend, but like you need to retire. But they had a game and they had a guy on second. And I guess it was just in a position where the White Sox could win the game. And there was a fan right at the dugout and was yelling to, not in a mean way, just in a casual way. He was yelling to La Russa. He's like, Tony, he's like, pinch hit the guy on second for Engel. Tony, pinch hit second base, put Engel in. And after his 3rd or 4th time doing it, Tony just kind of doesn't even look at the guy. So he acts like he doesn't hear him. But he just calls timeout, signals to the second baseman, puts Engel out there to pinch hit, and then they win the game. And then after the press conference, somebody brings it up and he goes, oh, I didn't even notice the guy yelling at anything. He's like, tell him I heard him, make him make his day. I'm like, Tony, we all know you fucking heard this guy. Probably thought to yourself, that's actually not a bad idea. Made the move and won the game. I was like, give the guy credit. There's no way a guy within 10, 15 feet of you screaming to pinch hit somebody and you just magically do it 10 seconds later. You didn't hear this guy. So Tony La Russa, ladies and gentlemen, and I think they just got blown out 21-5 or something, or 20-something to 5 or 3.
I know, it's crazy. Also, by the way, when our first guest arrives, we'll be doing a couple of fun games. We also have to talk about his Patriots. He should be joining us shortly, along with our second guest who'll be joining us around 7:30. And our final big surprise guest, I don't know where the hell when he's joining. He says he's going to pop on. And if he if he wasn't the reason I'm actually doing this podcast as a whole, I would bust his balls more. But the fact that he said he wants to come on tonight actually made me very happy. So I'm going to leave that one up to it. Well, let's talk. You want to talk a little? Let's talk a little Lamar Jackson.
Oh, we can do that easily. I'm hoping he doesn't play.
Let's talk about Mr. Overrated. Apparently, now Beth somehow stumbled into a dynasty fantasy league.
I can't help you with that one, Beth.
Good
I'm
luck.
not gonna lie.
We used to rely on Samir for that, but me and him don't talk anymore, so I don't know what to tell you.
I've never done Dynasty.
I haven't either. I feel like it's like Madden franchise, but more annoying.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Beth, good luck. We salute you for trying. I love how she's going full tilt into football this year. This makes me happy.
Yeah, I love how she's like, I'm going to figure this out.
Yeah, she's like, fuck it, I got this. All right, let's talk Lamar Jackson. And as we talk Lamar Jackson, joining us live now, rocking an amazing pair of Murica shades, is the man, the myth, the legend, back from over the pond. And and also my therapist I talk to on a daily basis over Snapchat, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Kevin from Tailgate the Quad. Kevin, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, I'm going to start needing fucking payments. So just put me in contact with your health insurance company.
I thought I was just going to pay you in packs of beer at this point.
That's fair.
Oh, my God. Kevin, how you doing, pal?
I'm doing great. I do not want it to be Thursday. I want it to be Friday, but...
I woke up today just trying to convince myself it was Friday. I genuinely thought that today was Friday, and I was like, nope, 2 more days of work.
I woke up dreading today. I was dreading all day driving into work. I was in a bad mood literally until about 5:45.
You know you're an adult when tomorrow you can sleep an extra like 35 minutes in total, and you're excited. You're actually looking forward to it.
What's that like? I work Saturdays.
Oh, never mind.
Well, I also volunteer. Listen, after what happened at the mechanic today, I basically volunteered to work every Saturday until I go on vacation.
I only work weekends if it's overtime and they're paying me double.
Oh, I'm in overtime as of 10:30 tomorrow morning.
Rack it up,
dude. Are you kidding me? I average 54 hours a week.
Mm-hmm. Same. I do about 56.
It comes out to me making around $20 an hour when it all comes said and done. So I feel pretty good about myself.
There you go.
Yeah. It's a lot better than me making contract hours in the OT. And my body feels so much better now. I don't feel achy and cranky anymore. Kev, we're talking Lamar Jackson. How he wants an extension done by the first week of the season.
Rumor has it he's intimidated by playing Joe Flacco week 1, so he wants to wait until week 2 to step in there. The rumor, from what I've heard, he's scared of Joey Flax.
He rejected a $43 million a year offer,
which is insane because
so bad.
He's pretty much 50% running back, 50% quarterback, and he's going to get paid 40-something million a year.
How does Jalen Hurts, who's in a worse passing offense, have less rushing attempts per year than this man does? I never understood that.
Well, he's going to have to run this year. He's got Rashad Bateman Bateman plus Mark Andrews, but that's, maybe
big bad Marky Mark. They're going to run a real college offense. They're going to run a Michigan offense this year. Run 85% of the time, throw it 4 times downfield.
Like, I know their defense is still good and everything, but if you look at their offense of what he has to work with, he's one Rashad Bateman or Mark Andrews injury away from having nothing.
I mean, I feel like it was kind of the case like that last year.
Yeah.
Hollywood Brown is not a huge loss for this team.
It's really not, because Devin Duvernay does about 95% of the shit he does.
Mm-hmm.
Except
can Devin Duvernay catch?
Yes.
Okay,
he's
so already a step up.
Yeah, he may not run a 4.3 or drive at a 4.3 speed, but at least he freaking can stop it on a dime and catch a ball. Duvernay's honestly a good number 3 receiver in most offenses. So
Marquise Brown was pretty much the Doug Baldwin of Baltimore. He's not a number one. He's a solid number two, except Baldwin, I think, was better than he can catch.
Baldwin also would just make ridiculous catches on the regular to make no fucking sense. But
Marquise
Marquise
Brown
Brown was just fast.
Mm-hmm.
Marquise Brown to me is just a more well-known John Brown. That's all he is to me. He's got to prove to me he's actually usable. Remember John Brown who played for the Cardinals and Bills for a while? That's who he reminds me of.
Oh, yeah. He had that crazy touchdown celebration.
He's just fast. That's all he is. He's got to prove me he actually can run a damn route.
If I'm the Baltimore Ravens, I'm running double tight end sets with Charlie Kohler and Mark Andrews. I like Kohler. I think he's going to be a good tight end in this league. So I'm feeding both of them, having one block, throw to the other, vice versa. You got to do something with this offense.
Oh, yeah, by the way, random product placement. If you love what we're doing, you should check out our amazing sponsor, Canna Dips. I've got mine. I'm rocking my cinnamon right now. By the way, amazing with black coffee. And Bat's rocking some papaya. Promo code BELLYUP20 for 20% off. If you're like me, use the dip. This is a great alternative. I literally do not leave home with at least one tan in my pocket or in my car. Love it. Amazing product. And no nicotine, no THC. It's a little bit of CBD, takes a little bit of the edge off, and honestly, my joints do feel better. So you know what? The CBD might be actually finally working. But yeah, Belly Up promo code 20% off. You're gonna love it. And also, while Kev's here, because Kev's rocking the best pair of shades I've ever seen, Korner Booth 10% off. EatsOfficial.com, our oldest and longest running sponsor. This customer has been here so long. Kevin and me were still co-hosting.
Yeah, and I have a little thing for the top right corner for them.
Yeah, you do. And I'll put it up right now because Kev worked his ass
I can
off
also do it.
I forgot you have administrative stuff. We'll leave that up there because we love Yeats. They're great people. But yeah, YeatsOfficial.com, promo code Korner Booth, an official sponsor of the Korner Booth dartboard, which we'll talk about later. I'm getting used to this new setup, okay?
Fair. But hot take, I don't think either of the receivers with the last name Brown are that good that were moved this offseason.
Yeah,
AJ Brown is getting. Yeah, there are reports he's doing well in camp. He's not as people are like, oh, this is great. It's a good move for the Eagles. He's not a top 5, maybe not even a top 10 receiver.
He's probably 10. That's honestly, if you ask me, gun to my head where I put him, I'd say 10 or 9.
If you put him at 10, I will concede that. I
think the thing is he's got to show me more. He's got to be able to just say, hey, I'm going to go up against Jalen Ramsey and light his ass up. He's got to show me that kind of 1A alpha. He hasn't shown it yet. Also, to his credit, he's had Ryan Tannehill as a quarterback. I don't know if Hurts is an upgrade. We're going to find out this year, but he's going to have a great receiver opposite from him in A.J. Brown and another good one in the slot in Quez Watkins and a great tight end in Dallas Goedert. He's going to be single covered a decent amount. Let's see what he does with it. This is his prove-it year as much as for Jalen Hurts.
I don't know if he will be single covered. I think there is a perception he's better than he is. Partially in his mind, my favorite thing, Tennessee, I'm the best receiver you've ever had, and he ranks outside of the top 15 in all stats for the Titans.
He played there 3 years. I mean, I will say this though. I mean, besides when I look at all the receivers Tennessee's had, the only ones I put above them are Derek Mason. That's really it.
Yeah, it's just hysterical, the overconfidence he has.
I also feel like Titans fans went at him when it really wasn't. He didn't even ask to be traded. He just got traded.
Well, he was the one sign a contract.
Well, because they were offering him $15 million when the market value for him was 19.
Well, we all know who to blame for the market being fucking shit for receivers.
Fucking my bench warmer receiver, me and Kevin's fantasy league, Christian Kirk. Somebody, I think it was one of our guys in the league, goes, did somebody just draft Christian Kirk in the 12th round? I'm like, yep. And he goes, why? I'm like, money, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You gotta do something. He got paid too much.
He's the number 1 receiver right now. Yeah.
Also, last year, AJ Brown had the worst year of his career.
I know.
So I don't know why was freaking out over $4 million.
I don't know. Listen, I'm happy we got him. I now have an AJ Brown jersey. I always liked him when he was drafted. I actually was, because I had him going to the Patriots in that infamous N'Keal Harry draft, and because I thought it was a perfect fit. And then when he didn't go, I was like, awesome, I could root for this guy. And then he goes to the Titans. I'm like, I don't hate that because I like the Titans because of Derrick Henry. And then I said pre-draft, I was like, there's one. I said to my boss, shout out to Dan, my former boss. I said, he goes, who do you want the Eagles to draft? I'm like, in a perfect world, I want Jameson Williams. But if we draft, but if we don't draft, in a perfect world, I want AJ Brown. But I know it's not going to happen. And then I'm walking downstairs down here to jump on Dan's show with Kevin, and I literally get like 4 texts from my buddy Jeff. Shout out to Maserati. AJ Brown, bro. And I'm like, wait, what's going on? And I turn on the TV, and I'm in shock. And Chris and Dan are like, Jared, you okay? I'm like, I don't know what to think anymore. Every time I come on y'all fucking show, the Eagles do something ballsy as shit.
I mean, what was it? A late first rounder, right?
It was Treylon Burks, basically. Let's be honest. The Eagles were going to take Burks if they did not get AJ Brown. That's who they were going to take. It was everyone said it. Everyone knew it. They were going to take Treylon Burks if they did not get AJ Brown.
Maybe he was just tired of Ryan Tannehill throwing him the ball. I mean, he's going to get paired up with the injury Robert Woods. He's already himself has his own fair share of injuries. You got Treylon Burks, Mr. Asthma.
Okay, so I'm weird. Kev, I want your opinion on this because we haven't really talked about Treylon Burks at all. What do you think the deal is with him in camp? Is he just out of shape, or is it really asthma, or is he going to be – what do you think?
I mean, I think it's probably a little bit of both. I think the asthma obviously doesn't help him being in shape. Mm-hmm. But I also think – I don't think there's really an excuse for coming into camp out of shape. Like, when do rookies get their signing bonuses? Is it immediately?
I think it's immediately.
Like, when did he sign his contract?
God,
because you're a professional. This bothered me about Pablo Sandoval, too. You're a professional athlete. Put down the fucking cheeseburger. Jump on a treadmill for 20 minutes a day. Maybe. Lift some weights. Come into camp in shape at least. During the season, you can't work out as hard. If your athleticism drops a little bit, fine. There's absolutely zero excuse for these guys coming into camp out of shape.
Joining us now, muted his microphone somewhere in the backwoods of Ohio from the Craft Brew Sports Podcast, our good friend, Mookie.
Isn't Ohio all
What's
backwards?
up, guys?
What's up, pal?
Yeah, I just didn't want to ruin Kev's rant there about a meaningless sport, so I figured I'd just wait my turn to jump in.
Jesus Christ. He's going to start with the fighting words already.
I don't know why he thinks football is meaningless.
They're just facts. Football? You're talking about Pablo Sandoval and shit.
Yeah, I was
okay.
talking about Treylon Burks coming into camp out of shape and how I never got it, and then mention Pablo Sandoval.
I get when like punters don't show up to camp out in shape, because that's kind of like, all right, well, it's they're kicking the ball 80 yards as long as their hamstring doesn't blow out or their knees okay. I think it'll be okay.
Yeah, I mean, also these teams are pulling them out of frat houses hungover, so they.
Oh my God! I was going to ask you about that today because I was like, I saw that thing from Lane Kiffin. I was like, yeah, we wanted to find somebody on campus who punted, and apparently he punted at whatever college, so we said screw it or whatever. I was like, that's the greatest thing I've ever seen. It's the most Lane Kiffin thing of all time. Dude,
only Lane would do this.
6'1", 250.
Speaking of punts, you see Justin Reed hitting like 80-something yard punts?
The fact he's a safety is hitting absolute bombs is ridiculous. Mookie, how you
just save a roster spot and find someone on the team, spend 20 minutes at the end of each practice teaching them how to punt, and then just have them punt.
Oh, come on now. Punting is hard. It is so difficult. You have to sit there and stay on the sideline for hours on end, not doing anything whatsoever, and not fall asleep.
That's why you pick another player to do it.
Rip stogies. I mean, all I'm saying is there is a certain skill to being a kicker in a football team.
Kicker, yes. Punter, just get a guy with a big leg.
I mean, they're the same thing. I don't know why you need to, but whatever.
Listen, like one of the America's most beloved punters, Pat McAfee, was a kicker in college. And
I go back and forth with that guy. Sometimes he irritates me.
I love McAfee. That's my dog, man.
Why does he think he has to be John Kramer? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever.
Okay, so educate the people at home who don't know who the fuck that is, including myself.
You know the guy that screams on TV about like buying stocks and shit?
Oh, Mad Money? Okay.
Legitimately Mad Money.
He's
Hashtag the
he's an
original
Eagles
Mad
fan.
Money.
I only know him as the Mad Money guy.
Yeah, well, he just stomps around his set and screams constantly about who the hell knows what. And when Pat starts to toe that line, I'm like, dude, just settle down a little bit, man. You can have some depth. You can have some different kind of voices. You don't have to scream at us, though.
I love that shit. His energy it gets me through the day.
At least when McAfee does it, he's talking about sports, something that at the end of the day doesn't matter. When Kramer does it, there are people legitimately watching and putting their life savings on whatever he says.
Which I'd argue you almost would be better off doing it with McAfee. Just put your money on McAfee and see it double.
I mean, listen, the dude gets thrown money from WWE, FanDuel, the NFL, everything hand over fist.
Wow.
Dude's making
like bully
200.
for him.
I think his net worth right now, I think I saw a report, it was like somewhere over 200 million right now. I was like, that's fucking crazy.
Dude, not for nothing. He can wrestle. He's fun to watch. He's better than some of the guys that have been doing that for like 10 years.
I watched the clips. I was like, dude, this dude actually like went all out for this shit. And his love of that sport is awesome.
He is a flexible, mobile guy. So I didn't think he'd be fucking flipping the way that he flips
with
in the ring.
85-year-old knees. When I saw him do that backflip, I was like, Jesus Christmas. Kev, I got to ask you about this guy. I saw this report as I'm just trying to admire Mookie's Southern man dad at a baseball game shades.
Dude, wait, no. I don't know if everybody knows the story behind these, but I snagged these bad boys for free from the church van we rented to drive down to Panama City Beach, Florida. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. That's exactly what they are, and I wear them fucking proudly, man.
I got a text from Mookie. He's getting into the van, and he texts me. He goes, "I bore these for you, baby." I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. I don't know how many drinks you were in at that point, but I was like, I love it.
That's the best part.
Oh my God. I should know being friends with you for this long. Mookie, you've been on the show like 9 times, and yet you never cease to amaze me.
I don't know how I do it, honestly.
I think in the guest hierarchy, I think he's like 5th all time. I think only McCarthy.
Jeez.
I think only McCarthy and Kevin have a higher attendance record. Scott's catching up though. Scott's been on like 6 times now.
I think he's trying to avoid his kids more. I think that's what it is. Like,
hey,
the
listen,
less he's around him,
I
less likely
I keep offering that
someone.
to Mike, and Mike just is like, I would love to, but my wife's gonna whoop my ass.
See, that's the thing. Yeah, exactly. He's terrified that he's gonna get got by his girl. Whereas I feel like Scott and his wife feel like, yeah, we both are playing that avoidance game as much as possible.
No,
and I'm over
it's
here
so
like,
funny. I really heard his wife from the background one time go, like, you got it, go. It's all good. Oh, yeah, and Beth in the comment section gets our gold star because she's always in the comments kicking ass. Shout out to Beth and Wookee.
Which is almost harder because you don't get a whole lot of, you don't get inflection, you don't get tone. Like, you just got words, man.
Oh, it's okay. She came on baked off her ass from her family party in Michigan, and it was the greatest entrance of all time. I loved it.
Who was? Oh, never mind.
I also think
No, go.
I feel like my attendance record is also just carried up by the fact I was on the show for like the first
it carries
2-3 years of us doing live streams.
Kevin was on our show from halfway through season 2 all the way through season 6 as a host, and then Beth was drunk, not baked. That's the clarification. I just got a message from her. But then Kevin has also has been a guest on this show like 12 times since then. It's been great. He actually has a better attendance record than JD
what we
and
really
Samir put together.
Samir's attendance record was good.
We got to get Caesar on with you guys.
When he came back, it was spotty at best. Matt was like, "Is he actually coming on today?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I just sent him the link and hope for the best."
He's playing the guessing game.
Oh, we have to get Caesar on.
Oh yeah,
100%.
That's my dog. Like, I love him so much. Like, literally, that's why I don't have a cigar. I'm holding off on cigars until I go on vacation. But like for the last 6 weeks, I've been doing cigars for Caesar.
Oh God.
Yeah, every show for the last 6 weeks is a fat cigar in your hand and then a chicken wing in the other from your dad grilling next to you.
Ooh.
Literally, I'm popping a piece of chicken while I'm like talking on the show, and I'm like, Matt, talk. No. Oh my
Filler.
God.
I need filler.
Yeah, he filler. Listen, and the thing is, like, Matt's tone and mine are so perfectly, like, they're so different that, like, Matt can talk in a very, like, calm and calculated way, and then there's just me just being over the top crazy and a little nuts, and it just works.
Yeah, we don't need another Mike and the Mad Dog kind of show going on. That's just two people screaming at each other.
Yeah, I tried to watch. So I have a hot take for all us Northeast sports people here. I tried to listen to that show a bunch of times in high school. I never got it because they both fucking annoyed me. Christopher Mad Dog Russo is a dickhead, and Mike Francesa is just annoying.
Oh my God,
I can't stand either of them.
It.
I'm like, dog, just
But
shut up.
He was on the air for like 20 fucking years. He was on forever. So clearly
because New York sports fans are
fall
idiots.
asleep on the air multiple times.
Probably. I have never listened to a full show of that. I've seen clips online, but
yeah, you don't need to.
I don't get New York market, so I don't have the need to search it out. So because I don't care. Also, Mad Dog's an idiot. I hate when that man talks about college football.
I hate when that man talks at all, dude. He comes off like just so like blind to everything. His takes during when he was on First Take, it was like probably the worst that show's ever been. Watching JJ Redick literally just take a dookie on his forehead is like literally the greatest thing of all time.
You know what the worst part is also? He's a Heisman voter.
Seriously?
I remember I came on your show, we were talking about this, and I was in like shock when you said this. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, a man who says he will only ever vote for it's a quarterback and running back award, and he doesn't even like giving it to wide receivers. Now, is it a quarterback running back award? Yeah, basically. But saying you will never vote for anything else is ridiculous.
Yeah.
How do you even qualify to be a Heisman voter? Like, what do you even have to do?
Be a member of the media.
Hand jobs.
If Mad Dog can do it, also have an IQ above like 30 is.
Well, I think Mookie solved it. Hand jobs and being a member of the media.
Yeah.
Oh, Jared, did you ever have a professor?
A hand job?
I think it's no. I don't want to know if you did or not. You can keep that to yourself.
We could just assume. I mean,
we'll just assume yes, but we don't need to know details. We'll leave that for your own personal.
I was gonna say that's like not a question that needs to be asked. I'm the youngest here. I'm 25, so I think everyone above the age of like, I'd say 18 probably has.
I would say, listen, we're
you're from Utah.
Yeah, and then
you just soak.
Then you just soak. That's right. You just
unless
soak
you're Zach Wilson's mom's best friend.
Bounce.
Yeah.
Hey-o.
Also, I forgot completely what I was gonna say. So
something about a professor.
Professor from Southern.
I think his name was Professor Amore. He was like a real
yes.
Yeah, he's a Hall of Fame voter.
That's terrifying.
For baseball.
Dom.
He's Don Moore. He's an MLB Hall of Fame voter.
I mean, he was chill as fuck because at 8 a.m. he knew I'd come in hungover and high off my ass, and he just like I write an article in 30 seconds and be like, "This is great. It's just the grammar's terrible." I'm like, "Do I still get an A minus?" He goes, "Yeah, I'll knock off 5 points for grammar, but it was at 100 if you actually gave a shit." I'm like, "Thanks, I'm out."
He would gloat about how he was like he knew Derek Jeter really well, but he didn't have any stories to tell. So I was like, "Did you know him really well?" Like we don't think.
I think he did, but I think he fucked Derek Jeter.
That's how he.
That's why he can't talk about the stories.
Wow, Frankie Montas fucking sucks. He gave up 4 runs in the second inning so far.
Fucking McCarthy. This conversation. Mookie, this is why I love you, pal. You just throw a hand grenade to every fucking conversation. Now I know why Mike's bald. It's not because of the kids or genetics. It's just fucking Mookie.
I'm just doing my part, man. If I make him go bald, then I don't have to worry about myself going gray. That's why I look at it.
Listen, I'm going bald and gray, so I got that going for me. But
anyone who complains,
I look good. I look good bald, so I don't care.
Anyone complains about going gray needs to suck it up. Like going gray is not that bad.
Going gray is. I'm actually like with my beard structure. Going gray, I'm fine with it. The thing is, like, I'm like not ready to go bald yet.
Yeah, see.
So I'm holding off for it. So it's like I'm growing out my hair one more time to see if it'll like kind of cover up the fact that my hair in my front's a little thinner than the back. And if it doesn't work, I'll just fucking shave that shit off. I'll be looking like Mike Bartolon by the end of next year.
Just do a comb over.
Fuck
Hey-o.
no. Do I want to look like President
why
45?
not?
Hell no.
Get
Why
that
not just try
look
it out
where
just to see
people
what it looks
don't
like?
like to. Yeah. Get the look where
Every
like you're
creepy
bald
middle
on the
school
top.
gym teacher of all time, right?
You're bald on the top, but you got the hair on the back of your head and the
Hey, yo,
sides.
chill. I mean, listen, the problem is with my Polak, Nordic, Scottish heritage, I basically am staring on the barrel of straight long hair or baldness. It's okay with me.
I think Jared should go the route
Or-
of having hair on the sides and the back, get it really long, and then get dreadlocks.
Yes, go white
Yes.
Snoop Dogg in this bitch.
Well, no, bald on top.
100%.
Oh, I know, white Snoop Dogg, because Snoop Dogg's hairline's halfway across his forehead. Everyone talks about Peyton Manning's forehead. You could literally park an aircraft carrier on Snoop Dogg's forehead.
Wow.
That's
I
what
had
Snoop makes
no
it look
idea.
good, man.
I had no idea McCarthy was over 40 years old.
Oh, I knew. It was so funny because the first time we had on our show, me and Kevin were talking about how we feel old as shit. Kevin was at the time 24. I was like 25 and a half, 26. And McCarthy's like, guys, I'm 41. And we're like, oh, shit.
Wow. So what is he? Probably like 43, 44 now?
Yes, this is
Damn.
the move.
No, I think probably 42 if I was 24.
Wow.
I
turned 26 in a month.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, man. If you
It's
had
okay.
that Hulk
We'll
Hogan.
celebrate on the vineyard, Kev. If
Oh
me
my
and Drew
God,
ain't carrying you
yes.
out of a bar, it's not a good night.
You need that Hulk Hogan, dude.
Oh my God, I need the Hulk Hogan bandana. We're doing this. Kevin, Halloween, we've got it solved.
I remember when I was like 14 and I found out that was just fake hair that he had under his little bandana thing, and I'm like, oh shit. Oh,
Beth,
Beth's
I actually
36.
thought
Wow.
you were like, I thought you were like 29, 30. So
Yeah, I had no
all
idea.
things aside, I can like, it does not show. And Mookie might be dead.
No,
No,
I'm,
he's
I'm
just
still
blacked out.
here. I think I'm still here. My internet's being funky.
We can hear you. but
Ohio's
we can't see
basically
you
a
right
third
now.
world country. Just ask JD.
Yeah, we can hear you. It's just your screen's black.
Okay.
He's being a
well,
third world
that's-
country. Apparently, our
that
other
explains
guest,
something.
his internet's died.
There we go. Now we can see
I'm
you.
trying to log into the other Wi-Fi spot. Whatever.
Are you
we'll
just
fuck with
pirating
this.
people's Wi-Fi at this point?
No, I'm not. I'm trying to pirate my own Wi-Fi, but it's like if I'm on Wi-Fi, it cuts out. So then I went to sell whatever, but that was cutting out. So I'm like, well, I guess we were better off on Wi-Fi. I don't know. It's a very interesting story. I know.
Oh no, it's okay. I
That's
literally had
like,
to
you know what?
cancel.
Here's the thing. Ryan, who's old now?
Oh Jesus Christ! Ryan turns 45 on Saturday. Oh, we're gonna.
Wow.
It's gonna be a series of happy birthday tweets.
See,
God, let's hope that we can see a Jets win before he's 50.
I mean, I think y'all still go like what 7 and 10
God
this year.
damn it.
I'll take 7 wins. It's upgrade. It's the small things you got to think about. Why shoot for 9? You can get 7.
So my ex-girlfriend told me. Actually, that's what I told her. But
Jesus.
gotta be happy with the little things. The big ones hurt, or so I've been told. By every girl I've ever dated. So.
It's not always about the distance. Sometimes it's just about the journey.
Short journeys too, but
I don't know. I'm about to be married, so I don't have to impress anybody anymore. So I don't even care.
I'm the last one of my college friend group to get married, so this is hysterical.
Yeah, I have to officiate the other one.
Dude, you're officiating mine. I hope you realize that.
Yeah, I know. Just let me know when that's going down.
So try 2035.
I'm free. As long as it's in Connecticut.
You'll see Kevin there.
As long as it's in Connecticut, I am free.
Mookie's ass will find his way. Mookie will like just end up showing up somewhere.
you won't even tell him or invite him. He'll just show up.
Mookie and Scott and Mike will show up like we're ready to party.
You'll probably just have like the projector in the background, and he'll just like hack it and just pop right up. Just in his back, on his deck in his backyard. Same thing just now, but at the wedding.
Did I tell you guys about my cousin's wedding, by the way?
No.
No, you did not. Also, by the way, Beth, it's only true because my taste in women is atrocious. Kevin can back this up, so it's not in the beauty of them. It's the fact that half of them have wanted to stab me or kill me by the end of our relationship. So it's usually only half my fault.
Mean. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't want to be mean, but I feel like if it's all of them, like I don't know if that's all on just.
No, actually, no. One of them actually didn't want to stab me. She just cheated on me like 5 times.
Yeah, so that's not your fault.
Yeah, no. I just have a type. It's called crazy. And it's not. And the fact is, because I'm fucking nuts too.
Maybe you should find a nice Christian girl. It's
That's
not going to work
the one who
out.
cheated on me, jackass. You remember?
Let's find a nice Catholic girl.
Once again, 0 for 2, Maddie.
Catholic is Christian, first off. Find a nice Jewish girl.
Yeah, let's try Jewish.
Just sign up for J-Date.
You don't have anything to look forward to with food, but I mean, they might be,
I
You
don't
get
know
8 gifts.
rules about premarital sex either, so you're fine. Just put willing to convert on your profile.
I just drop like a couple flyers over Ukraine and see if any of the women want to get a green card marriage to get out of there.
Well, when they find out that you can't pay for everything, they're going to just drop you and just find somebody else.
I make a decent wage.
That's when you report them to ICE and get them deported back to their war-torn country.
But then I go to prison for 3 years for a green card marriage.
No. You say you started talking to them online, thought they were the love of your life, and then once they came over, you did not get married to them so they could get a green card.
Oh,
you got married to them
from America,
and they got
you
a green
can't
card.
arrest me. That's all right. The IRS is gonna fuck me now anyway. They got 87 new agents.
87,000.
Yeah, whatever. All I call that is target practice down south.
Yeah. But anyway, my cousin's wedding.
Oh, yeah.
Go.
So we had the rehearsal dinner. And my entire family went to bed except me and the groom's bridal party, and the groom, obviously. So we were drinking. We went to a bar down the street. The best man, right when we got there, went into the bathroom and stayed there for like an hour. I had never met this man before. I was going in, checking on him every like 15 minutes. At one point, he says, yeah, go get one of the other groomsmen. So I'm like, all right, I grabbed them. They left. Stayed hanging out with my cousin and one of his friends. Then we went back, kept drinking in one of their pickup trucks. Go to bed. I wake up the next morning, violently hungover, with a new contact that I had texted like 10 times the night before, just in my phone named Dump Truck. And I started piecing the night together again. I remember she put her name in my phone as that. And at one point, I yelled from across the bar, "Hey, Dump Truck, get the fuck over here."
See, I need to get this is the side of Kevin. I haven't seen this since 2019. I need to see this again. I miss this side of you, buddy.
No, you probably saw worse than that in 2019 because I was just passed out.
No, that was my father, Big Bad Marcus, with the cigar in his hand, passed the fuck out. You texting me, "Is your dad okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, hold on." Kick the table. Pop. What? Pops it. Goes back.
Oh, I was talking about at dinner.
Oh, that was, and then I hit your head in the pillar.
Yeah.
Or a certain friend of ours pissing on an ATM because a bar kicked us out at 9 o'clock at night. I'm not going to name certain human because he's a good person. I don't want him to get in trouble at his job. This gentleman walks up, takes a leak on an ATM in front of a camera, walks up, and he is a man of color, so he does yell out, "Real N-words do real N-word things," and I'm just sitting there like, "Motherfucker, what? This is the whitest island in the Northeast, and you just yelled that shit across the freaking alley."
Hey, no, it is not the whitest island in the Northeast.
Oh, that's
Obama
Nantucket.
lives there. Nantucket also exists.
Yeah, I forgot. We were just in the whitest town on the island. Actually, no, second whitest. Figured Haven's whiter than Edgerton.
See?
Second whitest town on the second whitest island.
Well, Block Island might be whiter, but that's just because it's Maine.
No, you mean Block Island's Rhode Island.
Bar Harbor. There's like
Bar
an
Harbor.
island.
Oh,
There
Bar
you
Harbor's
go.
very white.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, that's like weird white.
That's
That's
the Patagonia white.
or like missing some teeth and like they like might be cannibals white.
Isn't it wild? Different variations of white people.
Well, me and Kevin, is it you and me have this theory that basically it's me and my buddy Trevor have this theory that like people from Maine and Alaska are just their own category of white.
I mean, once you reach a certain point in Maine, they're basically Canadian. I think of people's perception of what they are, like nationality-wise, comes from where they get their power from.
Fair.
Texas, all their power is from Texas. They have their own grid, which is stupid in my opinion, but that is a strong state identity. Northern Maine has wanted to leave and go to Canada. All of their power comes from Canada. Yeah, so that's my theory about.
I don't mind nationality. No, what I find hysterical about the vineyard itself, and this is like because Matt's been out there, Kev, you've been out there multiple times now. It's that it's such a strange place because it's such an array of characters. Kev, remember doing bottle returns the day we left last year?
Yeah.
the dudes we ran into at that fucking station, missing some fucking teeth and shit. And I'm like, I'll go around the corner and there would be some lady in a Maybach Mercedes, but I'm talking to Toothless over here talking about the fucking conspiracy theories about Obama's birthday.
Yeah, I felt like I was back at school because right up the road from where I lived, there was a Piggly Wiggly and a gas station.
Piggly Wiggly.
And so you'd have people from campus coming, like students who have like the nice lifted Jeeps, the Mercedes, the Beamers, and all that shit. But then you'd also have the townies who are from Tuscaloosa. Like Tuscaloosa County.
That was like the greatest experience of all time because I was like I said to Kevin, Matt, I said, hey, Kev, they're not allowing us both in here. So, hey, Kev, go watch the car. Make sure the jackass in the pickup doesn't fucking just take my dad's car off the map. Oh, by the way, Kev, fun fact, Matt got kicked out of that liquor store.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I think you've told me that.
Yeah, that was funny as hell. We literally had bought our shit. It was me and Pat had the booze. Matt walked in, went straight to the deli for chips, and I think it was like smoked sausage, and literally walked up, and because he talked to us, they went and like, yeah, we can't sell you guys anything. We're like, are you fucking kidding me?
Mind you, we all had a little like 3-person meeting, and we were like, do you think they'll like card all of us? Like, nah, I think we'll be fine. I was like, I'll go get food, you get beer. And then we just like met up, and they were like, oh, are you with them? I need your ID. I was like, no. They're like, well, why are you speaking to them? I was like,
I'm a friendly guy.
Yeah, I can't be fucking
We're
friendly.
next door neighbors. We should have said, Matt, you're renting the house next to us.
Yeah. Oh, well. We went back in the next day, and I just waited outside.
Yeah, literally, Matt went to Trader Fred's next door. Matt went and got booze. It was me and Pat went and got booze. It was fucking hysterical.
That's such a weak excuse, though. Like, oh, you were talking.
I was a month and a half away from being 21 at that time. There was just no point of even putting like a couple $100 into a fake for a good one.
Yeah, Matt's like the baby of was the baby of our college friend groups. There was like no way we were just gonna kind of just let him kind of do his thing. That vacation we didn't really go to the bars much because all the bars like have really good card systems. So we ended up just drinking on the porch for those 6 days we were out there. And we probably filled up an entire box stacked like 4 feet high of just cans.
I don't remember the last time I consumed that much beer in a short like 3 or 4 day span.
I mean, there's also the time when we went clamming and then we got to watch Oregon kick the shit out of Ohio State.
I must have been so fucked up I don't even remember clamming.
No, that was no, you didn't come clamming. We didn't start doing that until Kevin, my cousin's first year out there. Now it's become a stable tradition because we kill a 30 rack of beer when we're out there.
Yeah.
So Kev, I basically told my dad like we're gonna do that on a Sunday because there's no pro football yet, but we want to make sure we have the endurance to go out on Saturday. And if we can get out on Sunday, great, more the merrier. But it's like fuck, like Sunday we're gonna be fucking clocked anyway.
Yeah, fair.
But yeah, no. Y'all ready to talk? All right, I got a page room I ask you about. Matt and Kevin. Kevin, this is your team more specifically. apparently the Patriots, it's been rumored that there's a chance they would. It was like basically there was a Bleacher Report article saying, should the Patriots trade Damian Harris? And I know your answer already. I just want your expectation of the Patriots first. What the hell is going to happen this season?
7-10, 8-9.
Holy fuck, he's the most realistic Patriots fan I've ever met in my fucking life.
Like, I think there is a chance they could maybe go 11-6, but I think more realistically 8-9. I think Mac's better. The offense seems to be improving, but also it's fucking Matt Patricia and Joe Judge.
Yeah, it's really the only thing holding me back from saying that I think they could win more than 8 or 9 games. It's just the fact that you got the guys calling the plays that are calling the plays.
I see the problem is they have really no true number one receiver, and they trade their best. They let their best defensive player walk. With good reason, because he's expensive as shit. But at the same time, it's like, who's replacing him?
They do that every year, though. They let Malcolm Butler go after he had a Pro Bowl season, was the number one corner. They traded Stephon Gilmore. The problem with this time around is their best corner right now is Jalen Mills. I think he's number one on their depth chart.
That's my dog, baby.
Well, they just lost Jawan Jones or James, whatever his name is, and Malcolm
Jones.
Butler. No, his name is literally Jawan.
Jawan Jones.
Yeah, it's
Jawan Williams, something like that.
Yeah, it's Jawan Williams and Malcolm Butler both got put on IR, and they're ineligible to return.
Why are they ineligible? Because of the injury?
Roster cuts. So because they were put on IR at this point, it means that they cannot come back because it's before the 90 cuts, I think, or it's because it's even before the 53-man cuts.
I think it's before the 53-man. Because I think it was the same thing last year where like the Eagles put a couple of dudes on the PUP list or the IR or something where it was they got them around the roster cuts, but they didn't have to get off the roster. It's weird. I think you can't put people in the IR till the last week of the season. Of the preseason.
Yeah. I think with Butler, I think part of it is just a thank you for picking off Russell Wilson and being our number one corner for a year. Because his career's done. He took a year off last year and now he's on the IR.
I think his body just can't take it. I think I perfectly agree with you. I think his body shot.
I think his contract's not bad. It's low money. So I think it's more just a way you can keep getting paid, you can keep having NFL health insurance, and then they'll cut him from the IR at the point of the season where that stuff just gets locked in.
What do y'all make of the rumors about so some of these rookies right now? So I saw a meme from Benchwarmer Brand, by the way. Love his content. Connecticut boy, actually, Matt.
What?
Benchwarmer Brand, you ever seen his shit on TikTok?
Not that I can think of.
I will send you some of his videos. He's got a couple million followers. He's actually under the FaZe Clan flag now. But basically, he talked about how ESPN hypes up every receiver and running back in training camp like they're the next LaDainian Tomlinson or Randy Moss.
Oh, yeah.
And so, I'm hype about George Pickens because I'm loving what I'm seeing out of this dude. I also just love the fact that he's basically if NBA Youngboy was a wide receiver. But at the same time, it's I'm trying not to hold my breath because it's still the Steelers and he's still got to contend with Deontay Johnson and Chase Claypool. That's why I only have him in my belly up league because I basically was kind of scrambling at that point.
I can't have Pickens be good, by the way.
Why? Because you just badmouth the fuck out of him during the draft?
Is he at Georgia?
I don't care. Well, I care about that. But no, I just don't want to see for the next 5-10 years a picture of that draft order. Tyquan Thornton taken by the Patriots, and then the next pick, George Pickens.
Yeah. Well, hey, what do you think about Tyquan Thornton, though, Kev? Because I've watched a lot of videos. He's smoking dudes in training camp.
I think he's good. I still think it was probably a reach of a pick, but I think he's a good player. I think he's going to work. It's going to work out fine, but I don't know if he fixes the issues this team has currently.
I think his ceiling, he's a taller Marquise Brown. That was my kind of he's going to be a mid-level 1 or a mid-level 2 or 3. And he's just fast as shit.
I'd be okay with that. I mean, we need speed.
I think right now you got Mac Jones has options with, Jacoby Myers who can take the short slant for, 15, 20 yards. Same thing with Devontae Parker. Then you got a guy where if you're not paying attention, you can just hit Tyquan Thornton for like 40 yards and just take it down the field. Kind of like, not like Edelman, but like the fact that Edelman could go deep and get the deep ball down, but just imagine like a foot taller.
My concern with that comparison is Edelman didn't do it because he was fast, and his hands weren't that good either. He was just shifty on his routes, so Tyquan Thornton needs to improve his route running. Not that it's bad now, but...
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I also have an NFL take that I want to get off that I have been wanting to talk about.
Fair enough.
Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes have ruined people's perception of football.
Yes. I completely agree with that.
And Drew Lock to a point. Mac Jones, people talk how weak his arm is. Same with Tua. They can make pretty much any throw you need.
85% of the balls in the field they can hit.
Yeah. Like any throw you will consistently need them to make, they can make it. Because they can't throw a 75-yard touchdown with 70 air yards does not mean they have weak arms.
It's the fact, and also Herbert should get thrown into this list too.
The list of people who have ruined the perception of quarterback
play,
actual
what arm strength is, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's not quarterback itself, it's arm strength. It's the fact that these dudes were gifted with like an unholy god howitzer of a cannon. And it's just like, holy shit. Even like there's a couple guys who are like, apparently, so like, word out of like Colts camp is Sam Ehlinger is a fucking cannon. He just can't hit the broadside of a barn.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, what?
He's back.
He's back.
Just like Texas.
Who was the other one? Tyree Jackson apparently had that kind of arm, and now he's a tight end, so who cares?
Yeah, Drew Lock also has that kind of arm. He's a little more accurate than Ehlinger and Tyree Jackson, but
yeah,
same thing. He can throw a bomb 65 yards down the field. He can't hit a 5-yard out.
Yeah, and that's why he's not. He's fighting with Geno Smith, who's going to be the bench, the main bleeder for that fucking Seahawks offense.
Bryce Young, you are a Seattle Seahawk.
I was going to say they might be dumb enough to take CJ Stroud. I mean, I don't know, Kev. I know you're partial to Bryce Young. What do you think? Who's the better pro-ready guy, Stroud or Young?
Pro-ready?
Next year. Yeah.
If I had to take them tomorrow.
If it's like your Patriots, Matt Jones is gone, like you have, like this is your hope of your franchise.
I would probably take Stroud right now just because he allegedly has put on weight. He's 220 now.
Dude,
he faster than ever.
I saw a picture of him. He was on Jordan Palmer's Instagram. Bro, just absolute fucking unit. I was like, that's a quarterback? What the fuck?
But also I think Bryce Young, day one, will look better.
Oh, no, I think Bryce Young is going to have like a Russell Wilson effect. Like he's going to be better sooner. But
I also think they have the same ceiling. Bryce Young.
Hate that. I like CJ Stroud's arm. I like CJ Stroud's arm a little more. But
yes, but I think Bryce Young will be better right out the gates. But then in 10, 15 years, they will essentially be compared. Not just because of the draft class, but because of they will have similar careers in terms of their skills. Now, that'll fully depend on what team they go to. See, if CJ Stroud goes to Detroit and Bryce Young goes to Seattle and Pete Carroll sticks around, then, yeah, we'll have a different conversation about how their careers look. But in terms of...
I think Stroud in Detroit's going to have a brighter future.
Yeah, but it'll go down on, like, the stats will look similar. The play, not style, but, like, how they've led the team will look similar.
All right, so I got a question for y'all then, because we were talking about this already. I was watching some camp footage. I'm going to watch Hard Knocks after I get off the show tonight. What do you guys think is there was always Detroit, there was always Cleveland, the Texans for a while before the Deshaun Watson, Matt Schaub years. God bless you, Kevin.
Thank you. Did my mic not mute?
No, I couldn't hear it.
Okay. That was my main concern.
No. You're good. Basic also Ghost is now trying to rip apart my desk. Back up, buddy. One of my biggest things with the whole now the NFL's in a weird state because all their bad teams are starting to catch fire again. So where do you guys think are like the worst spots for a player to go? Like you can't like I can't really put Detroit in that situation anymore because Detroit, I like the direction they're going. I think that Dan Campbell is amazed that they're not going to win a Super Bowl. They're going to make the playoffs under Dan Campbell at least once or twice. Like he's that kind of culture fit. It may not be pretty, but they're going to do it because the NFC North is waning fast. What do you guys think is like just like if you're going, you're a dead man kind of situation in the NFL?
Chicago.
Chicago. Matt, what do you think?
I had multiple.
So you're talking about just a real shitty team, like where this quarterback's going to go next, pretty much.
I'm only posting this comment because whoever posted this is an idiot. That's it.
So we're talking just current shitty ass teams.
Well,
right?
like you're fucked if you go
With
there.
no
like, you're not
hope for the
making-
future either.
You're not
Like,
going to the
Detroit-
playoffs.
Like, I'm sorry, Detroit and New York, they're still kind of shitty teams right now, but they have hope for the future. They're
the
building
Jets
in
and
a
Lions have
positive
hope.
direction.
The Giants do not.
Yeah, I meant the Jets, but
but Giants.
it's another good one.
You do not make an argument for the Giants because I will make fun of you. For
No,
that.
they don't have hope right now, but I think they got the right personnel in place to where, like, maybe in a year or so they can start to have some hope. I like Dabble and I like Sheen.
Okay, coaching
That's fair.
personnel, but
That
the problem is that it's their fucking players. They have a number one wide receiver who can't stay healthy, a number two wide receiver who is more focused on his rap career, and they have a quarterback whose best moment is breaking a long run and tripping, looking like he got shot by a sniper.
The roster's atrocious right now, but like the coach and the GM they have in place, like just like the Jets, like the coach and the GM I love so far. It's just staying on the field. Just getting to week one. Anyways, I agree with Kevin with Chicago right now. I really think Chicago's got no future, no hope for the next 5 years. I would even look at, I guess you can argue Seattle might have some break just because they have some draft picks now from Russell Wilson after they gave them all away for Jamal Adams. But I would make an argument that Seattle would be a place where, you've got, DK and Tyler Lockett, but you've got a shit defense and you have no protection on the offensive line. So if you're not a mobile quarterback that can scramble, you're going to get 5 sacks a game.
Arizona.
Oh yeah, I was gonna throw Arizona in there. They're like that one contender. I'm just like,
You could Houston.
Yeah, I know. Actually, Houston, I kind of like the direction they're going in. I think Lovie Smith, and I think also, by the way, I think everyone's dogging Davis Mills. Every time I watched Mills last year, it's like, okay, I see the talent there. They have Brandon Cooks, who is going to be a Hall of Famer, stats alone. He's going to be like that receiver. It's like, yeah, he played for a bunch of benchwarmer teams after he left the Patriots, but it's like he always put up 1,000 yards, and he always played well. It's just the problem is he always was he got put on a bad franchise. With the Texans, Lovie Smith is a good mentor to Josh McCown, who's going to be their head coach next year. And at this point, I'm kind of like, I don't like if I'm going to the Texans, I'm like, yeah, the McNairs are assholes, but it's like I'd rather go to the McNairs than I'd go to the fucking. I don't really like the Titans organization the way it's going right now. I like Mike Vrabel, but the problem is until they put Malik Willis in, they're kind of hemorrhaging their team. They're not going to be a good offense. They're just going to be kind of a mid 500 team.
I have 2 words for why the Texans are fucked.
I have one other team that I was going to say, and that is, well, we were talking about already, is the New York Giants. I think the New York Giants are screwed for a long time. I love their GM and coaching situation. The problem is they're going to have to restart the quarterback. They better hope they have a bad enough record that they can get Stroud or Young. Even if they get Levis, because me and Kevin are on the same boat. I don't think Van Dyke should come out this year. I think he should stay one more year, hone that talent a little bit, and play 2 full years in college before he comes out. Anyway, Kevin, go. Sorry.
The Giants are in a better position than the Texans currently. Rookie head coach next year, not very hopeful. Who hasn't coached really?
He's in the
but also
right now.
Nick Caserio is still the decision maker in Houston.
Yes.
And I don't trust the McNairs to hire someone better if they fire him.
True. One other team, I'll put Seattle because they're held hostage by Pete Carroll.
Didn't Matt already say Seattle?
Matt, who did you say?
Yes.
Oh,
I
okay.
said well,
Jesus.
no, you're good. I was trying to
It's
think
been a
of
long
some
day.
other team that besides the obvious Chicago. I mean, with your Giants point, they pretty much I'm expecting them to be sellers at the deadline. I don't think they're going to be in it too much. I know they have an easy schedule in the beginning, but they're full. Kenny Galladay, Kadarius Toney, Saquon Barkley, and Daniel Jones are not going to be healthy for the first 8 to 10 weeks of the season. Somebody's going to go on the IR. Somebody's going to get hurt.
I got one more. The only saving grace is that their owner it has a very quick trigger. It's Carolina, but Carolina, if Baker does okay, but Matt Corral isn't the guy, like the heir apparent, like the guy that they need to like hone a little bit. Like in a perfect world, Baker does okay for them. They're like a 6-11, 7-10 team, and Matt Corral they let Baker walk, and Matt Corral is actually like a decent replace, a decent quarterback. That's a good scenario for Carolina. But if that doesn't work, Carolina's even more fucked than any of these teams besides maybe Chicago.
Oh, also the Jags. The Jags are going to be on this list in perpetuity until the end of time. Like they gave Christian Kirk $84 million. Does that scream well-run organization?
Peterson. They have Doug Peterson. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
like
how'd the last few years go once Frank Reich left?
They made the playoffs every year until Carson Wentz had a mental breakdown.
Okay.
I will say I back St. Doug. We love St. Doug. And then the more I now learn about what happened during those last couple of years in Philly, the more I owe Doug Peterson a public apology for shitting on him. Carson Wentz is a scumbag. He's an arrogant piece of shit who's entitled as fuck, and I want to burn his fucking jersey. Nick Foles, I am sorry for your slander. Doug Peterson, you are a saint and a god gift of a man, and I am sorry for both of you for having to put up with my bullshit. Carson Wentz is a scumbag. Fuck Washington.
Also, I'd like to point out the 2 years he made the playoffs, they were 9-7, but 1 year they won the NFC East with a 9-7 record.
Still made the playoffs. I'm like that's the thing. It's like the NFC East has always been going to be a giant clusterfuck. So, still made the playoffs. I'm not saying it's a great make the playoffs. I'm saying it's still better than when Washington made the playoffs with a losing record.
Were they the second, third team to do that?
Second, Seattle with the Marshawn Lynch beast mode when they beat the Saints. Shout out Cruz. By the way, happy birthday to our dog Cruz. Big 30, baby.
Carolina did it 1 year.
Oh, that's right. It was
So
2 years after. It was the year before they went on the Super Bowl run. It was 2014.
Was that the Jake Delhomme team?
No. Cam Newton's second.
Cam was there.
Cam's third year.
Yeah.
Oh, so we're talking about 2011 or something like that.
2014.
Yeah, that's what I think was the year before they won the
it was
Super Bowl.
2014. Cam was the 2011 draft.
Yeah, Blaine Gabbert and Jake Locker. Jake Locker, man. Holy fuck.
Jake Locker was like 8th overall.
Talk about a guy who's supposed to be like the next like amazing quarterback. His brain just could not take it and hit.
And he was I think he was like 8th overall.
Yeah, he was a high
that draft.
8th. It was Gabbert was like 6th or 5th to Jacksonville.
Yeah.
And
that was
that draft was bad, man.
We took
Foles
Muhammad
was
Wilkerson.
3rd round, baby.
It was 2011. We took Muhammad Wilkerson.
Yeah, we took
Tebow in that draft.
Wait, was that? No.
Was he 2010 or is he 2011?
No, it was the 2012 draft. Sorry.
What was the 2012 draft?
No. Well, Eagles took Nick Foles the year. Hold on.
I think he was 2012.
Okay, so no, Nick Foles was the 2012 draft with Cap and Russ and Luck. So 1 year removed. Sorry, I mixed them both. The Eagles took in the Luck draft. They took Fletcher Cox. In 2011, they took I think like Danny Watkins or some fucking idiot like that. Ghost, stop attacking the cords.
They did take Danny Watkins. This draft's not terrible though.
Fucking Andy Reid could never draft an offensive lineman.
Well,
This
yeah,
is
no,
one
for the
until-
Eagles it was.
No,
but-
he could never draft him for the Chiefs either. He just was good at drafting any
Oh.
other position.
No, I mean this draft. Like for the Eagles, it wasn't a good draft. But Cam Newton, Von Miller, Marcel Darius, AJ Green, P-Pat, Julio, Alden Smith, Tyron Smith, Watt, Fairleigh Quinn, Pouncey, Kerrigan, Nate Solder, Prince of Mukamara, Adrian Claiborne had a long career, Cameron Jordan, Mark Ingram, Muhammad Wilkerson, Cameron
favorite-
Hayward.
My favorite story, by the way, Kevin, is that Kelsey, our boy, pancaked Nick Fairley during a practice at Auburn. And that was my favorite story of all time.
Didn't he say like he just lost his? They tried to say he just lost his footing or something. And he's like, no, don't take that away from me.
Yeah, no. He's like, yeah, Nick Fairley lost one. He's like, no, my walk-on ass pancake Nick Fairley. I'm like, let's fucking go, Kelsey.
God, I love going over past first-round draft picks because the Jets have not hit on one.
Oh my God, the Eagles aren't much better either. Most of our best picks are second or third round.
Oh, Jason Kelsey was in the 2011 draft.
That's my dog. It says, you know what's sad is this is Jason Kelsey's final year, guys.
yeah,
He said this is his last ride. We have
Yeah,
Beef
they have-
Jerkins next year. That's a name, right? His nickname is Beef.
I feel so bad for that man.
I know. Actually, he did give the nickname to himself, apparently.
Oh no, I don't give a shit about the nickname. It's an incredible nickname. No, I feel bad because he went viral for
getting-
slowing down Jordan Davis, who has 60 pounds on him enough.
I
Like,
know.
It was 4
Jordan.
seconds.
Also, shout out to Jordan Davis for being a good team and be like, yo, like, listen, it was one fucking rep. Can everyone calm the fuck down, please?
It's a massive man. Watch
Also,
him.
can I just give a shout out to Kobe Dean for literally just being a menace to society when he plays?
The fact he fell so far is bullshit.
I know, and the fact that everyone tried to like play out. So, Kevin, you know, he had a shoulder injury. He had shoulder soreness, and everyone tried to play it up like it was a big issue. And now Philly's got their possible franchise linebacker in the third round.
They also said heart condition.
Yeah, but until that becomes with heart condition, that's always a 50-50. Either it's a real problem or it's like, okay, he had in a rhythmic beat for 1 second.
Yeah, he was
So-
also he's also undersized for the middle linebacker position
I know.
in the NFL.
I mean, then again,
So I get him falling. He should not have fallen to the second round.
I know. I mean, listen, him and Kazir White are going to be a menace for Philadelphia. So I'm kind of I completely forgot we signed Kazir White. And then I look up, I'm like, wait, who's White? Wait, oh, that's the dude we got from San Diego. I'm like, oh, that's the dude who actually is like a kind of a nightmare. He's like kind of just like small and shifty and hey. I mean, the Eagles' strategy is fast, quick linebackers with defensive linemen that might eat you, much less tackle you. All right, gentlemen,
Yep.
it's time for that beautiful thing right there. Let's have the Korner Booth dartboard. Matt, I know you got something prepared. I'll let you go off first.
I'm going back from what we talked about in the beginning of the show. I'm throwing Tatis on that board. I just a bonehead mood. You're in a 2 years into your 14-year deal. You're making all this money, like we were talking about. Honestly, if there was no Shohei Ohtani, I really think we'd be talking about Fernando Tatis for MLB right now. Just the fact that how do you not inquire about if this drug or this pill is okay to take? I don't understand why he didn't just speak up. He just decided to take it, and now he's missing 80 games. He can't come back for the playoffs. He's missing the beginning of next year, and he's young, and he's already got a PED thing under his belt. Next one, he's going to miss more time. I just think it's a bonehead move by a young kid. He should have spoke up. I'm throwing him on the dartboard.
All right, Kev. What you got?
AP poll voters.
Okay. I'll allow it.
Honestly, the preseason AP poll wasn't terrible this year. But Notre Dame is not a top 5 team.
Thank you.
Look, I like Marcus Freeman, but they have a new coach. This is going to be a transition year for them. They're like, if you put them at 16, 17, I'd buy it. I think it's all right now just Notre Dame being overinflated. But here we are. Also, Oklahoma is not a top 10 team.
Thank you.
I said this on the podcast yesterday, Tailgate in the Quad.
Shout
Feeling
out.
like a kid on Christmas came out this morning. Their coach is more worried about giving sloppy toppy right now than he is about coaching football games. So I don't know why they're giving Jared's giving me a look. I don't know why they're overranking them so much either. Especially after, if you think Oklahoma's that good, why do you have USC, the team where all of their players and coaches went to, at 14? Also, Jared, if you didn't see it, Brent Venables said the hose is fully inserted in his mouth and he's blowing and going at Big 12 Media Days. So that's where they're more worried about giving sloppy
It
tops.
must be a Clemson thing for just putting their foot in their mouth at press conference. I swear to God.
I said Dabo's awkward. He's never said anything that awkward.
Yeah. Brent Venables also, his defense is like it was like just, it terrified the fuck out of me because on film, Brent Venables' defense was just like ridiculous, but at the same time, it's like you're now going to the Big 12. I don't know how much defense you're going to be able to play. Also, I'm trying to look at it right now. Who are they playing week 1, Kev, by the way?
USC or Notre Dame?
I am betting on the other one.
Well, Oklahoma's playing UTEP. USC's playing Rice.
UTEP for the upset. We'll put $1 on each.
Do not put if you put $1 on Rice. There is literally a quote by a former U.S. president.
It's UTEP.
Yeah, UTEP's a fine bet to be. There's a former quote by a U.S. president who basically was talking about how, Rice, you play Texas every year and you get the shit kicked out of you. Why do you do it? Not because it's easy, but because it's hard. I can't think of another college football program that was shit-talked by a U.S. president.
I'm taking UTEP for $1, and you can put me on the record right now. Kevin is going to be witness to this because I just think it would be the most funniest shit on the planet if UTEP will beat Oklahoma. I'm going to have them at least cover.
What's the spread?
They haven't released it yet because we're 2 weeks out. Nope. 32.5. Kev, we're taking the spread.
They'll cover.
They'll cover. I'm taking the spread. UTEP was actually like a great, a group of 5 team last year. I'm taking the spread. We're doing this.
It's a good bet.
Great bet. You fucking kidding me? I'll make $10 on it. Fuck yeah.
Watch Oklahoma come out and win by 50.
I will not care. It's a fucking $1.
Fair.
No, early predictions
are. This economy's worth 10 cents.
Early predictions are Alabama versus Southern Connecticut State.
Alabama by 3.
Alabama by 300.
Yeah,
trying to be nice.
Yeah, we've drank and partied with the dudes who make the Southern team. Yeah, no, Alabama by 4,000.
Yeah, it doesn't take much to make that team from the guys
now,
that I've
Alabama's basketball team versus Southern's basketball team, that's close.
Alabama by 20.
Alabama by 10. Southern's team is actually kind of fucking nasty. They get
I don't know if they still are, but they were.
No, Scott Burrell actually recruits a bunch of actual dogs. These dudes actually fucking play.
Oh man, I was at Dockside in Milford last winter, and he was there, and it was just him and 2 young white women, and I was
I have Scott. I think I have his number still on my phone.
I was like, I wanted to go say hi to him, but I was like, I'm gonna let him be because he's good.
I haven't talked to Coach Burrell in 5 years now. Because I was actually the one who got the first interview with him. Luck of the draw. I emailed him hey, Coach Burrell, love to have you on my podcast. Love to come talk to you in your office. He goes, listen, hey, Jared, great to meet you. Yeah, come by tomorrow. I'm like, tomorrow? He goes, yeah. I'm like, all right, cool. I skipped the class to go interview him. It was great.
Yeah. Cool. By the way, I want to change my answer.
Mm-hmm.
Alabama by 50.
And which sport?
Blaine said it best. What's the rest of baseball?
Basketball.
I know.
Alabama by 50.
Okay, relax.
They were 7-18 last year.
I know, we were fucking bad. I stopped going to Southern games 2 years ago. Also because I stopped.
They're D2.
I know. I stopped dating a girl on her dance team. That's why. All right. My answer with Corner with Dartboard is ESPN. You motherfuckers like to prop up these rookies like who's the fucking dude from Tennessee? Is that Pierman or Stevenson or who the fuck it is? Doesn't matter. Telling me he's the next LT. Telling me George Pickens next Randy Moss. It's fucking preseason. Guys, breathe. It's okay to have a boring preseason. Your ratings will come in about 2 weeks. Wait, hold on.
You talk about Damian Pierce.
2.5 weeks, yes, Damian Pierce.
Yeah, Houston.
2.5 weeks. Next, literally 3 weeks from now. I think we might actually, Matt, I'm trying to get a special guest for us for our first Corner Booth pregame for the season. Kevin, if we get said special guest, would you like to come on and do the week 1 Corner Booth pregame with us?
Sure.
It'd be a certain man named Mr. Frank Michael Smith. I'm going to text him actually right now because I better book like a week in advance to get this motherfucker on the show because he takes like 7 vacations a summer.
Sure, I'll do my best to be there.
All right, sweet. So we'll have Frank, Kevin, and Matt. It'd be great. All right. But yeah, no, it's ESPN. Guys, calm the fuck down. Not every rookie who comes out is the next fucking Randy Moss or Daniel Tomlinson. Shout out to Benchwarmer Brand for the best skit I've ever seen. I will post it on our Instagram and probably I will send you it. Maybe you can repost it on our TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Because this dude deserves some love. I actually want to get him on the show. He's from Connecticut, so hopefully we get a little. He went to UConn, so hopefully we can get a little in with him. But either way, ladies and gentlemen, quick shout out to our boy Mookie, whose technology died about an hour ago. Shout out to our boy, one of the OGs of the Corner Booth, who's been here for almost every fucking season we've been here. My boy Kev, and of course to my co-host Matt for being the savior of this podcast, so I don't die. We appreciate y'all stopping by. Happy kickoff season 8. Big guests, a lot of big shows, and the return of the 6-pack coming in 2.5 weeks or 3 weeks. Let's say 3 weeks, because 3 weeks from today will be the NFL kickoff. So yeah, 3 weeks from today we have the return of the 6-pack. Kevin will be there. I'll be there. Matt will be there. It's gonna be a good time. We appreciate it coming through. Shout out to our sponsors, Canada Dips and Yeats Official, and shout out to this beer I drank, Coors Banquet, and what the fuck this one is? Orange Cat Brewing Company. Great job. Great double IPA. And Willie's Garage. Thank you for fixing my car for cheap. Praise.